A couple of years ago, I released a video on the topic of abortion. It's a basic 2-minute summary of the arguments for and against, and although it lacks details and statistics in certain areas, I'm quite proud of it. In this video, I'm not really going to go into the abortion argument itself, because I think it's a bit of a wormhole. Like other controversial issues, I think that with abortion, people already have a position, and so debating the topic is never really about trying to convince the other side. It's more about just shouting the loudest. Instead, today, I want to open people's eyes a little, to help them empathise with the other side, as opposed to just shutting off whenever they hear it. To do that, I'm going to zoom in on one of the arguments I talk about in the video, but nonetheless I'd recommend you go and watch the whole thing before you continue with this video, if only to hear how much my voice has changed. The link is in the description below. The argument we're going to be focusing on today is this one.
Other people believe that this is the mother's choice, as it is her body, and the baby is dependent on the mother. By controlling a woman's reproductive rights, you are in fact taking away her civil rights as well.
It seems that I'm implying here that abortion is a phenomenon specific to women, and that men don't really have the right to comment on it or pass policy on it. Now I'll start this by saying that I'm a man. Obviously I can't get pregnant, and in that sense I can't fully empathise with what a woman's going through when she has to make this very difficult decision. This is important to bear in mind because a lot of the people on the pro-life side do tend to be men, and they need to understand that when a woman gets pregnant, she's tied to the baby/fetus. It's physically growing inside of her. When it comes to pregnancy, men can and do run. They leave their partners, abandon their children, etc. But women simply can't do that. Because of this, to many women, abortion levels the playing field by giving them a similar out that men have. On the other hand, pro-abortion advocates need to bear in mind that the overriding motivation of people on the other side is the protection of what they see is a life. I've always thought that the abortion argument boils down to whether or not you think an unborn fetus is a life. Pro-abortion advocates need to understand that if the other side thinks that there is a life there, they are obviously going to want to protect it by making abortion illegal. In this sense, I think the pro-life argument is unfairly painted as an anti-woman argument. But by the same token, pro-lifers need to understand that if the other side does not see life, any attempt to prevent a woman from being able to make decisions about her own body registers to them as some sort of attack on her civil rights. In conclusion, it's obviously impossible to agree with an argument that you don't think is right, but empathy is important because without it, political debate is not about trying to convince the other side you're right. Instead, it becomes this game of blocking out the other side whilst you shout till you're hoarse. Thanks for watching, please like, please share, and please subscribe.